Woo! Yeah! Hello, everyone. Hello. This is Milky here with the Continental Podcast. We're bringing you Basically Britain. It's a new installment to the Basically series. Did you know Britain, they call fries, like French fries, chips? I never originally knew that until, I entered my middle school years, and it was very, very quite interesting for me. But Britain is home to many different people. I know a few people from Britain. I've met a few British people in real life, luckily. It's it's very interesting. I realize how saying that I've met people in real life, British people in real life, sounds like they're kind of like mystical people. But you have to realize, being in a whole different country, miles, hundreds and hundreds of miles across the sea, you don't really meet many people from different countries that are, openly, hey, I'm from a different country, unless you listen to their accent. And let me tell you, it's interesting. They're kind of polite, but stereotypes are not the coolest, but I like British people. My best friend back in the Diamond Authority days, a little bit closer, to, let's see, this thing that we started, all three of us. Does anyone know it? I'm trying to remember it. The A&P. Back in the A&P days, a year before the A&P, we're going back to quarantine days, 2020. We had the Diamond Authority community, and my friend, British friend, was there, and he was neat. He was super nice. He was a moderator. He spent a lot of time with people, chilling in the communities, and let's call him Tom. Thomas was a really cool person, just hanging out, chatting with people, and he was a significant other of our community moderator, which was the best because we get to talk to him in conferences every single night, every single day. So when we were all just sitting there chatting, and I was very young at the time, it was very cool having someone who really cared about their craft and stuff like that. And I feel like British people really care about their craft and the stuff that they do. And their culture is really nice. I watch a lot of British cuisine, and collectively, there seems this dish that everyone really loves. It's this jam texture, and it's a savory treat, which is very confusing to me, because with jams, they're supposed to be very, very sweet in that sense, but this is more like a savory treat. And you eat it in you dip it a little bit of it, and then you spread it around, but only just a little bit, and then you eat it. I heard it has a rank smell. Maybe I could try it one day, get it imported to the US, because I'm sure that it's not in the US, because we don't even know the name. If I can ask, I couldn't even ask anyone what it's called, but it's an interesting dish. I want the Continental to try cuisine from around the world, because that would be very interesting for us to have and to hold. But let's go back to Tom. Tom spent hours, our ranking system on Amino, was an interesting one, where you could spend days on end, and you could go up a little bit. But since he was well loved in the community, and he spent a lot of time in being into chats and stuff like that, he grew up a lot. Every community he was in, he grew up a lot. He went up ranks every single day. Being in the community for a month, he's going from rank 1 to rank 10 to 15. 15 being the highest. I think 18 is the highest, but 15 going up to close to 18, that is a high rank, and that's impressive. So it shows how much time he puts into it. Let's see, other British people. You guys don't want me to talk about one British person the entire time, but other British people. I went to a college fair, and I was talking to multiple British people coming from across the sea talking about how to study abroad. And this process of having to study abroad is very interesting because I guess all of the people that told me how to study abroad is a very interesting process, because no matter if it's in England or Switzerland or in any of these European countries, it's all through one little service, and I forgot what the service is called, but you have to apply through that, and then you go apply, and then you can probably get scholarships and fly across the country, fly across the world to go to British schools, which, that's intriguing. I don't know what a British school would be like and how different it would be. It definitely would be possibly scary going to like this new community and new place, you know? Just a new country, being a foreign exchange student. I wish I could do that, being a foreign exchange student anywhere in Europe. You'd be getting out, and I'd probably have that experience of visiting these places. But I'll visit Europe one day, you know, it'll be cool. And you guys will be there. It'll be very cool. Continental is definitely going to have a European special where we're going to be going out and doing things and chillaxing, because we could go to many different fancy places and old places. Europe is known for having very old architecture and stuff like that, and buildings and stuff like that, like including the Big Ben Tower and the London Bridge. Yeah, but it'll blow your socks off. I'm just telling you, it's gonna be very interesting and cool. So stick around for that. Like, I can't even imagine, because all these thoughts and ideas and brainstorming ideas are just flowing through my head. But it'll be nuts, and it'll be the thing that we do. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's just go to. It'll kind of go off. I was gonna hold off and actually tell you guys last episode, but since it's another solo episode, I think I might as well just tell you about homecoming. Fancy dance for a fancy country. This is why I wanted to do France, but Britain is more classy, I guess, in that sense. Homecoming was a magnificent dance, and traditionally I thought it would be more, I guess, traditional in that sense, but in our homecoming we had a DJ and a taco truck and a very limited amount of chairs. It was, I guess, for some people, when you're hanging out with groups and friends, it's interesting and hype, but like dancing for 4 hours with no really interesting things going on, you know, they hanged out glow sticks and stuff like that, but nothing else. And then they ran out of food midway, like halfway towards the 2-hour mark, and someone got food poisoning. It's not the best night, honestly. And I thought homecoming was about the homecoming court, but in reality, it's not about the homecoming court at all. They had the homecoming court there, the homecoming king, queen, prince, and princess. They were there hanging out and doing stuff, but instead of doing any, like, presenting the court, they just pulled them out into a room, a small room, off to the side, outside of the dancing, and just took a photo. And then sent them off back into the dance. They didn't even mention the court at all, from start, beginning, or middle. It was horrible. In that sense. I thought it wasn't what I imagined. And I guess that's fine. I guess that's what clubs are, or what dances are. But it just didn't feel natural. It didn't feel like a dance that I went to before. It was just so strange in that sense. But yeah, that was my homecoming experience. My prom experience will not be like that. I swear to you. It's gonna be like the best prom you have ever imagined. And we still have Jaden's homecoming to hear about. Maybe his homecoming experience is way different. We just have to wait and see. And with that said, I will talk to you about prom some other time in the future. But that's a school update, in my sense. And that's wrapping up today's episode of the Continental Podcast. We talked about Britain, and I really hope you had very much a great time as much as I did. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye now. Boo-boo-boo. Wacky stuff.